A broken family left looking for answers, how they're grappling with the loss of a loved one, and unresolved questions from police.
And the view outside over St. Louis, it's a cold morning, but we have a pretty decent forecast ahead. I'm filling you in.
And this morning, we're following an overnight earthquake out of Oklahoma, how far away people felt the tremors.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
All right, wake up, St. Louis. It is Saturday morning. Right now, you're getting a live look at the Gateway Arch. I mean, this is neon.
Oh, neon.
Neon all day, and I absolutely love it.
Those lights are amazing.
What a way to welcome in your weekend. Good morning to you. It is Saturday, February 3rd. I'm Travis Cummings. Why y'all giggling?
Because it's your birthday.
It is Travis's birthday, so it's a big day here on Today in St. Louis Weekend Edition. We are so grateful for you. We're so glad you were born. You make the world a better place, so we hope you feel loved today,
Don't
Fred.
make me cry starting up this
goodness, I'm
newscast.
sorry.
Here we go. Y'all know we like to shed tears on this show.
We do like to shed
thank
tears.
you all so
We
much.
do love you, and we can't wait to share this cookie cake
I
with
know.
you.
Yeah.
I love a good
Emphasis
cookie cake.
on share.
Sure.
All right.
Well, Tracy, since you're here, how will the weather be for Travis's birthday?
Yes.
It's cold this morning. I was about to say, I think you'll like it, but you know, Travis, I know you do like that warmer weather out there. As far as conditions go outside right now, what we're looking at, it is crisp. It is 36 degrees. It does feel like 30. And that's something Travis probably doesn't like so much. Winds are out of the east-southeast at just about 10 miles per hour. Now, through the rest of our day today, we are going to climb up into the mid-50s, so very comfortable conditions. Unfortunately, as we make our way into the 50s, it is also going to cloud up. I know we're tired of seeing those clouds out there, but we have nice sunny conditions for the morning. Sorry, my phone is ringing at 6 a.m. You know, those spam callers, they never quit. And for us tonight, we are going to have temperatures drop down into the upper 30s. Not too bad. That cloud cover will act like a blanket and keep us a little bit warmer. I am tracking some showers for you that will come in overnight tonight, but only for a select few of us. Find out who was lucky enough to get some of those showers coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Well, breaking this morning, a westbound lane on the interstate is closed at Cary Avenue. Here's a look at the scene just a few minutes ago. Police are diverting traffic at the off-ramp due to an overturned vehicle on the right shoulder there. You see a bunch of police units there right now. There are no confirmed reports of any injuries. We'll continue to follow this story as we learn more. And this is 70 at Cary.
New this morning, an overnight earthquake struck just east of Oklahoma City here. It actually measured a 5.1 on the Richter scale. So here you can see the star right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So it's just east of Oklahoma City. That is where the earthquake hit, in the small town of Prague, which is about 42 miles outside of Oklahoma City there. And then up here, I'm going to switch it over for you. This is preliminary reports from the U.S. Geological Survey that show it was felt across much of the state here. So this is how many other areas felt that earthquake. Now this map actually allows people to report if they felt that quake. And you can see here that some even felt it all the way in Springfield, Missouri, which is close to 300 miles away from Oklahoma City. So right now there's no information on any injuries or damage from that earthquake, but we'll update you as soon as it comes in.
Well, this morning, a grieving family wants answers from St. Louis police after a 15-year-old boy was shot and killed when a gun went off inside a South St. Louis home. Police called it an accident, but the teen's grandparents disagree. This morning, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend sits down to speak with the young victim's family.
He was an energetic kid. He was a good person.
A devastated Dawn and Matthew Coster have many questions after the sudden death of their 15-year-old grandson, Dalton Piacek.
We haven't gotten not a phone call from the police.
Police say last Thursday afternoon they were called to this home on Missouri Avenue in South City to investigate a shooting. Witnesses told police Dalton was trying to load a gun when it fired and a bullet hit him. The ninth grader died at a hospital. His maternal grandparents say at the time of the shooting, a 14-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy were also inside the home.
And the boy dropped his phone and his ID and ran. The girl stayed around.
A St. Louis police spokesperson sent us an email saying more than a week later, that incident is still being handled as an accidental shooting.
It wasn't an accidental shooting. Dalton was shot in the back of the head. Dalton couldn't bend his arm to shoot himself.
That's because she says at the time her grandson, who was shot on the right side of his head, was recovering from a broken right elbow.
Doctor said that that wasn't accidental. That wasn't self-inflicted.
And we have not gotten a medical examiner's report. This is what the physician told me upon arriving at the hospital.
On February 10th, the family will gather for a memorial and honor Dalton. Meantime, his grandparents say they won't stop until they find the answers they're looking for.
If we don't start hearing something from the police, then I'm gonna turn it over to our attorneys.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And this is the family's second tragedy in less than a week. Last week, police found Dalton's uncle, Micah Coaster, brutally beaten in a backyard in North St. Louis. He died in the hospital, and a man is facing murder charges in the case. Well, this morning, members of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen are demanding an apology from Police Chief Robert Tracy. This relates to comments Tracy made about police SUV crashing into a South City gay bar in December. The owners of Bar PM, as well as some aldermen, are calling for mandatory sobriety tests anytime a police officer wrecks a department vehicle on the job. The backlash comes from Chief Tracy theorizing on why the story attracted so much attention.
If this accident happened down the street and didn't happen at an LGBTQIA+ bar, I don't think anybody'd be calling for that.
I completely disagree with them. I think any time a city-owned vehicle or a city employee is involved in a vehicle accident, they should be drug tested and sobriety checked. It happens in any other workplace.
Bar owner Chad Morris faces a misdemeanor charge after the incident and has asked for a jury trial. He'll be back in court in late March.
Well, less than 12 hours ago, another St. Louis police vehicle got into a crash. That makes it the 4th in 2 months for the department. It happened in the Carondelet neighborhood just before 6:30 p.m. The crash damaged the front passenger side of the Cruze, turned another car on its side, and then damaged a third parked car. A sergeant at the scene said no one was hurt.
This morning, Jefferson County police are cracking down on expired license tags. A new enforcement plan is underway and will last through the end of the month. According to Captain Brian Taylor, an outdated tag can be a sign the driver hasn't kept their insurance up to date either.
The lack of insurance is a huge issue for so many reasons. If it comes to myself being a victim of a vehicle accident with someone with no insurance, we're still hit with that liability on it that we have to pay for it, even though I may not be at fault.
But drivers who are pulled over by Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy may be eligible for an amnesty voucher. Now, that would cover some of the fines and court costs for having expired tags. The amnesty program only lasts through the end of the month.